Welcome to Kenya, a land of immense beauty, vibrant culture and resilient people, situated along the eastern coast of Africa. From the peaks of Mount Elgon to the Great Rift Valley, Kenya is a country of extraordinary contrasts. Home to over 50 million people, Kenya is a rich tapestry of ethnic diversity, with over 40 distinct communities, each with its own traditions, languages, and ways of life. The people of Kenya have long been celebrated for their hospitality, creativity, and unyielding spirit. But like every nation, Kenya faces challenges. Among the most pressing is a cultural practice that continues to harm the health and rights of women and girls. Female genital mutilation. Despite being banned by law and condemned globally, FGM persists in certain communities, threatening the future of countless girls. FGM is a matter that is not often discussed, so we will explore this critical issue, its history, its impact, and the efforts to bring it to an end.
There are different types of female genital mutilation, but in Kenya it means complete removal of the clitoris, cutting and removal of the labia, and narrowing the vaginal opening with stitches. This is what the vagina looks like after the circumcision, with only a small hole left for urinating and menstruation. This is done with the help of dirty, reused scissors, razor blades, and knives. We visited West Pokot, a district in Kenya where female circumcision is still part of the tradition of some tribes. These women were willing to talk very openly with us about their own circumcision. To understand the practice of FGM, we will hear from them who have experienced it firsthand.
Alafu tuk kwa kemet pilalwa kemet ni ka kirela tinila ni ke pare ka kita chang karib 10 girls na kinyo pila kaslanya the thing was stone mami ya serapono ne chalalwa mawan angona nyugulela angona nyugulela Yoguna madut. Alafu kaya pag embura tina, kaya mut na po. Rambibi.
Gerur.
Kemona chak.
Then the clitoris is being taken off all.
Kagamona chak. Kella. Krata yila.
Then you are to tie around the
According to these women, the circumcision ceremony is a very cheerful festivity, but the practice, which has no health benefits, poses severe risks. These include chronic pain, infections, complications during childbirth, and even death. It can also leave psychological scars, such as anxiety, depression, and trauma, that can last a lifetime. It is a violation of human rights, yet it remains deeply embedded in the social and cultural fabric of some Kenyan communities. Girls get circumcised at the age of 10 to 14 years. On average, they marry 3 months later. Every December, there is a new round of circumcising girls. Every December, the health and future of young girls are at risk.
Kile ko katanya no. Kile pela ke yile. Pela ke sigo. Pela nama. Anda ke cium gerposa ite that's why cium gerposa agak yila lafu ke teman la
Atola payenyo no kikamutonyo kutopikini kangoman mami chinga kikunga gumutonyo ba kwenu ne de ngapi cha mchang di nyaman kini tine kam ngamun roto le mutai yitanga agama agami ke saba
punga su ni pila payla no su ne kwa agna mama tanyangat
In Kenya, the prevalence of FGM has declined over the years, but it remains alarmingly high in certain regions. On a national level, approximately 21% of women aged 15 to 49 have undergone FGM. However, among some ethnic groups like the Maasai and in districts like West Pokot, the prevalence is much higher. The Maasai is a community in the eastern of Kenya. They have a lot of traditions, including FGM. For many, FGM is not merely a physical act, but a deeply symbolic rite of passage. It is seen as a way of preparing girls for adulthood, marriage, and motherhood. Girls who undergo the procedure are often celebrated and gain social acceptance, while those who refuse may face ostracism and shame. This social pressure keeps the cycle alive.
In my first wife, I gave out 32 cows.
32 cows.
And 40 goats. And 7 camels.
That's a lot.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And my second wife, I gave out 29 cows, 10 camels, and 40 sheep and goats.
So both of your 2 wives are circumcised? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Would you have married them if they were not circumcised?
I cannot marry without circumcision because she will see to her. And maybe people will still say, John, you are marrying a girl, that's not a wife. We still believe that if you want to marry a wife, you need to marry that or they have got to circumcise. Okay. My first daughter is still in the university, medical, but he said she will come for circumcision. It's a must.
It's a must.
Because who will marry her?
If
you will not undergo FGM? Maybe she will get her husband from another tribe, that will be better. But if she need to be married with the Pokot, he need to go circumcised. Maybe she will give me 5 cows, or if it will be many, maybe 10. Yeah, because his parents will not accept it to give me cows. Because say, how can I marry a child that she will not help me for anything? And maybe that, for example, now, if the daughter or a lady or that will not get married, they will not milk the cows. They will not. The mama will not accept him to milk the cows. You are still young. Don't catch my things with your youngness. Yeah.
So if I understand it right, the woman is way more expensive when she is circumcised.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. If you are medical women, you are blah blah blah, like that one, and yet you are not circumcised, you will be paid some more than that one. They not go to school and she has circumcised.
So the worth of circumcision is much more higher than
Yeah,
being to a university, than going to a university or being well trained.
exactly.
Yeah, I see.
As John tells us in the interview, FGM is of uttermost importance to make a girl a woman, and by doing so receiving more cattle when she marries. But what happens when she doesn't undergo FGM?
I'm going to lose cows.
At its core, FGM is rooted in the gender inequality and control over women's sexuality. In many communities, it is wrongly believed to preserve a girl's purity, prevent promiscuity, or enhance her marriage prospects.
Because they will consider them as just
ai maka ke ngenyu ba pole le anda tena ke changala to tina grata yo grata te knom nyo karam nom nyo karam ta me chu chane ta ngala to beste ke len we le nya we te le ngongo na pu ke pa ke mu na pu ke ya ke rata nyum bolo te chi manang rata ba ta ta pa nyo pa chi le ta kan la nyo pa chi nyo karam na ba ngadi benati akor ruchi ne ke kemot ne mal cha ba ka mudi ya ewo la yumudi ya ewo akor ruchi ne mu kanyo mi chine chen chine gi muti si chinangut ngateo ngata cha e nyu no gi de lo meminye nyu cho cha gi bakken chine gi muti si kana gi ta gi de la maruminye nyu bi cho yerenyi wala Tonda sis wala lo man yaman. To ti o kelien to tene kelien le ka yim le ya de renyu wala le ka mas ndaga ket. Tene kelie ku ku ga ile. Kelie ku le. Alafu nyu matoke sikaro renyu makal magasi renyu per renyu le kun wala. Sikaro renyu kana tina por le ata cha so peo tina por le ki prisia gulela.
We are very grateful for these women to share their stories so openly. It is shocking to hear these stories. As we heard in the interview with these women, circumcision is performed by someone who is not medically trained. The instrument, in fact the knife, is not sterilized beforehand and the girl does not get any pain medication. If the remaining opening is too small for the man's penis, they put a cow's horn in the woman's vagina to tear it more open. As you see, the consequences of FGM extend far beyond the initial trauma during the cut, but remains their whole lives. Medical professionals have long warned for its devastating effects on women's health. FGM is not only harmful but also irreversible. Survivors often live with a lifetime of pain and complications. Many experience difficulty during childbirth, a heightened risk of infections, or chronic health conditions. The procedure is performed by local people who have no medical training whatsoever.
So, do you have experience with women in labor that are circumcised?
Yes, actually, I do. And as recently as yesterday, we actually had a patient. She was 19 years old and she was in labor at time. And she had actually undergone the cuts. And as the labor was progressing, it was a really difficult labor. And so the thing about FGM is the passage of the baby is extremely small. So it becomes really difficult for the head of the baby to actually engage and leave the birth canal. So we ended up doing everything that we possibly could within the labor ward. And you can imagine throughout this process, the mother is in pain, the baby is in distress, the fetus is in distress. So it was really crazy. So we had to wheel her into theater. So we had to take her to theater, and thankfully, the baby was delivered safely.
That you have seen a lot of women giving childbirth.
Yeah, many.
And have you also seen women giving childbirth who have been circumcised?
Yeah, they are there.
All right.
Mm.
And what is your experience with that?
Okay. My experience about those mothers, they get prolonged labor, difficult deliveries because of the scars. They have those scars of the FGM. Yeah. So during the delivery they get fetal distress due to prolonged labor. Yeah. Mm.
And what other complications have you seen in those mothers?
Child mortality.
Child mortality.
That due to fetal distress.
And have you ever experienced that the child dies because of the prolonged labor?
Yeah.
Because the mother is circumcised?
It's very common. It's common. You find the mother is reaching second stage, but because of the FGM,
Yes.
she's unable to deliver. This how can I put it? Those muscles, because of the scars, cannot stretch.
Yes.
Sometimes they get that. It's not.
So when you see that the mother is circumcised and the child cannot get through the birth canal, you say you want an episiotomy.
You have to cut.
Cut, yes. And if that does not work, what is the next step?
You just proceed to CS for cesarean section, which can take long. Sometimes you are in a hospital where they are not doing that CS, so it takes long transferring the mother to another facility to do, and sometimes you find even the child was already died.
Because of FGM, women are also at high risk for fistulas. A fistula is an abnormal passage between the colon and the vagina, or the bladder and the vagina. During FGM, the girl can get a fistula, and during birth, she's also at risk for developing this complication. The fistula will cause either urine or stool to come out of the vagina at any given moment. The women experience this often feel a lot of shame. Therefore, some of them isolate themselves for decades. In Eldoret, there's a hospital called Gynocare that surgically treats these women's fistulas for free.
Today we are at Gynocare Women's and Fistula Hospital in Eldoret. In Kenya, there's quite a stigma around fistulas for women, but in this hospital, the doctors are very caring and eager to help these people.
We spoke with a patient in Gynocare. As a 15-year-old, she was circumcised, and after childbirth, she got a fistula.
15 surgeries.
That's a lot. Did it take a long time for you to see a doctor when you experienced symptoms of a fistula?
It took her 2 years to come see a doctor.
2 years.
After realizing, it took her 2 years.
Can you ask her why it took 2 years?
Sikujua fistula wanatengeneza mbaya. Sasa hospitali huko gate ndio ileta hiyo. She saying she didn't know a facility where they could do the surgery, fistula surgery. So that's why it took her that long. So the local facility, the local hospital where she was going, they referred her to here. Yeah.
And do you know why your fistula happened? What the reason was for the fistula?
Reason mbona mpata fistula? Mbona ni mtoto sana nilikaa ilikuwa ikadogo nilika 15 years. At 15 years, she gave birth at 15 years, and the was small.
Yes.
The vagina of it was small. That's why she had a fistula.
So because of the circumcision,
The circumcision is plus giving birth at a tender age, 15 years.
Yes.
That's why she had a fistula.
Yes.
Yeah.
So because of the female circumcision, the birth canal was too tight, and that's why she got a fistula after childbirth. Is that correct? Okay.
The consequences extend beyond individuals. Communities lose the potential of girls who might otherwise pursue education, careers, and dreams. FGM limits opportunities and perpetuates cycles of poverty and inequality.
Despite the challenges, there is hope. Kenya is home to a growing movement against FGM, led by courageous activists, survivors, and organizations determined to protect future generations. Women like Purity are the new generation, a generation in which, hopefully, FGM will go extinct. Since 2011, the Kenyan government has made FGM illegal, imposing penalties for those who perform or facilitate the practice.
Female circumcision is something not really good. I'm against it. Personally, I'm against female genital mutilation because on the story I've heard about girls suffering because of circumcision, others bleeding to death, others giving birth in pain and some difficulties. I'm really against it. Yeah, yeah.
And where did you learn all of that about female circumcision?
There was a group of World Vision. They were teaching against female genital mutilation. I learned from them, and also there was a group of the local heroes from Netherlands. Petra, she's from Netherlands. She was teaching girls against circumcision. Yeah.
Married?
Yeah.
And is that also the reason that they stopped studying?
Yeah, they stopped studying because after they are circumcised, they felt as they have become adults. So they got married and they left. They dropped out of the school. Yeah.
What is your opinion about those peers who have been circumcised?
They should be also educated so that they can't allow their daughters to undergo the same practice. Yeah.
As Purity already said, besides legislation, education plays a crucial role. NGOs and local initiatives are working tirelessly to raise awareness about the dangers of FGM and the importance of protecting girls' rights. And these efforts show their effect. In districts where FGM is still very prevalent, such as West Pokot and Masai area, there is a big shift in awareness because of education.
Kaya nyo taga suwe nyo lagi takara mga lawali di siya no. Man ka so man ye nyo monu nga man. Walo mi pi cho taga choray. Taga mi de age kete bi jani. Age tag pi pa amba kani sa tagul lama ke tame tanya ki yon le motat. Bolo ke yid monu ma pi taga meot. Age nga to laka mi ye nyo kara mi ye nyo kara. Age wed ma konja taga mbe yiyet mbe motat. Mito. Oh, nagi yere dan ki rosyo le to chi chona taga moto mo ba jina ma ke tame tanya. Ya taga taga pisa.
So they say that right now they are against female circumcision.
Yeah.
But could you ask if any of them would still let their daughter be circumcised?
Kamala no sai.
Kita may jiyan kan. Iga taga boto lo nyo no.
So everybody here does not want their daughter to be circumcised anymore, and they would not have done it again. But do they know people in West Pokot who still want their daughter to be circumcised and who still perform it?
Nyone nyune mi te ta ge moy lo to na chune moy ta da to ge le macha to na jogi sta awoi to ge le macha me yo na no me re te la ya wala to ge le macha bi chor si lo ke ma ja na to chi nya yu ngo ge le jo ni ke ge tor ke pa ke mo ja ma ka sen la chi pi to chor si
inafaa kuwa unajikala kulini maoni unaona inafaa kuendelea ama inafaa kustopishwa. Yeah, she's saying it's illegal. It's supposed to be stopped. It's not anything.
Yeah. Because if you could go back in time, would you like to be circumcised again?
Tungerudi huko nyuma, ungetaka tukatwa hela? No.
Yeah.
And why is that?
Yeah, she's saying the experience she got, the pain and the bleeding, she wouldn't love to go back. Yeah.
But since now, because of the education system, that's what I can say, things have changed. No more circumcision to them, because otherwise we've been having lot of cases of death to them, because they get to lose lots of blood that lead them to die. The other thing is because of infection, they get infected, whereby will lead them to death. So they're not, because of the education system, they are now improved, whereby they say no more circumcision to them. All right, that's right.
In case ungekuwa na msichana ungetaka uweza akatwe. No, she wouldn't allow it. Yes.
So the women we interviewed in West Pokot will not let their daughters be circumcised anymore, because they know about the health risks now. And same for the Masai Mara tribe. That is amazing progress. So as you can see, there is hope. Education is the key to a better future for girls. The fight against female genital mutilation is far from over, but progress is being made. Every girl deserves to grow up healthy, safe, and free to pursue her dreams without fear. It is about protecting the dignity, health, and future of every girl. Together, we can end female genital mutilation once and for all.
Dayna.
Yes, that's amazing.
Amazing.